Hi everyone, and welcome back to Belinda's DIYs. If this is your first time here, welcome. So today I'm going to be creating some very easy DIYs that anybody can make. Now, I know that some of you get challenged with some of the DIYs, but I assure you that some of these are so easy to make that you're not going to believe how pretty they come out with just using dollar items from Dollar Tree. So I'll be showing you some hacks in how to craft on dollar items and create beautiful home decor that will surely impress your friends and family. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, I would ask that if you would please do so, and also click the bell icon right there in the corner so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. And also please comment down below which is your favorite DIY. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I want to start with the easiest DIY, and it's with these Dollar Tree pumpkins that have this velveteen exterior. These are absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to be using some of these jot stickers that are faux pearls. Now these are going to make these pumpkins look really pretty and high-end. You can really use any type of strip stickers that you might have. I only had these simulated pearls or these faux pearls, but I think that they look really pretty because of the color of the pumpkins. That velveteen just makes them pop and look so beautiful. As you can see, all I'm doing is just following the grooves that the pumpkins already have. Now, would you look at these pumpkins? They're absolutely gorgeous. They are so beautiful. You can also add some type of sticker gems if you'd like. That would also just dress them up so much. Now for the next dollar DIY, I'll be using this wood hanging decor from Dollar Tree. Now as you can see, this is an arrow and it does have those little hanging strings. Now I'm going to remove them because I don't want to hang it as an arrow. What I want to do is stand this up vertically so it looks like front side of a house, sort of. I'm going to paint it with this Spice Carrot acrylic paint here. I'm only going to give this one coat of paint. Next, I'm going to be applying some more acrylic paint in the color Burnt Umber. Now, while the orange paint is still wet, I'm going to be applying the Burnt Umber there at the top of what would be the roof of the house. What I want to do is just give it a little bit of definition. So I'm going to be lightly painting that brown up at the top and the sides and a little bit in the center until it kind of looks like the front side of a house. Now I'm just going to let this dry for just a few hours. Next, I'll be using these Dollar Tree stickers to spell out pumpkin patch. I started with the word patch first and then I added the pumpkin up at the top. I don't know why I did that, I just did it that way. Now if you don't have any stickers on hand, you can also just handwrite it. Now one thing that I didn't do is I didn't cover that little hole there on the side, which I should have done. Now to give my house a 3D dimension, I'm going to be using this foam pumpkin that I had from last year, and what I'm going to do is cut it in half. Now if you're like me, I'm sure that you have a lot of foam pumpkins from last year and the years before. Okay, so next I'm going to hot glue the pumpkin right there on the front, right underneath the patch word. And then I'm also going to add smaller little pumpkins that I also cut in half. And then I added the stems back. Now I did think about adding some kind of flowers to the top of the bigger pumpkin, but then in the end I just decided just to put the stem back. I'm going to create a stand for my house, so I'm going to be hot gluing these two wooden blocks together. and then hot glue that piece to the back side of the house. And now my little house stands up. Now for my next dollar DIY, I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree sign, and these have individual signs. So what I'm going to do is just cut them out individually and just use the one that says pumpkin. Now once again, I'm going to use these two wooden blocks and I'm going to attach it to the back of this sign, and you have a really cute little pumpkin sign, and you didn't have to do anything other than just add the little stand. Now you could stop there and not do anything, but I decided to go a step further. I decided to add these 3 little foam pumpkins, also from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be hot gluing them there on the corner on the top side of the sign. And that's it. Now you have a pumpkin stand. Now this DIY is perfect for beginners. You can't go wrong with this DIY. Now for my next DIYs, I'm going to be using these 2 hardcover books that I've had already for a while, and you can get some of these at Dollar Tree. I'm also going to be using some wrapping paper that has this pretty yellow print with polka dots. This is different from your ordinary neutral brown shipping paper that everyone uses. I wanted a pop of color for this fall, so I went with this yellow color, and I think that it just really did the job. So what I'm going to do here is just really cut out a piece and then cover my books up. And then with a black marker on one book, I put B, and then on the other one, I put thankful. Now I wish I would have had stickers small enough that would fit the spine of the book, but I didn't. So that's why I did it this way. And then lastly, I'm gonna wrap some twine around both of the books, and that'll help them keep them in place. And this also just cost me $1 because I only bought the wrapping paper at Dollar Tree for $1. So go ahead and get creative with your books and just think outside the box. For my last project, I'm going to be using these wood stems from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be creating a wooden base. Now before I start putting them together, I'm going to cut a round circle off this placemat from Dollar Tree, and I'll also be using this glass bowl to make my circle. Next, I started placing all the wood stems on top of my circle, and really I just wanted a guide for the wood base that I wanted to create. Originally, I wasn't going to use that round circle mat. That's why I'm not hot gluing my pieces of wood stems to it. But then at the end, I decided to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you that later on. And here I'm just trying out the bowl over the wood base because it's going to go like this when I'm done with this project. Next, I'm going to be using some of this floral wire to wrap it around all my wood stems to keep them together while I glue them down. Next, I'm going to be using some Gorilla wood glue, and I'm going to be pouring some of this between the crevices of each of the wood stems. And then once the glue dried, I went ahead and I hot glued the base to the bottom of the wood stems, and I just added some hot glue and also some super glue. And then I went ahead and I added some of this green moss between the crevices of the stems. Now if you notice, I'm not hot gluing it down because I probably will use this wood base in the future without the green moss. And now to add some fall decor to my wood base, I'm going to be adding these pumpkins right here. So I wanted to form a clear pumpkin, and I'm going to be using this glass bowl for that. I'll be using some super glue to glue down another wood stem on top of the bowl. Well, it's really the bottom base of the bowl, but it's turned upside down. Now I'm also going to add some hot glue so it can have a fast hold, but the super glue is for the permanent hold. And then lastly, I'm going to add some of these leaves that I have for my other bouquets, and I'm just going to hot glue them there to the bottom stem. And now I'm going to place it over my wooden stem base, and there you go. You have a pumpkin within a pumpkin, or this also can be called a cloche, I believe. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and also share. I'd really appreciate it. You have yourself a blessed, safe day. Until my next video, bye-bye and God bless. And please comment down below which is your favorite DIY.